Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel. Great to be back on another video. It's Friday here by us, so wonderful. Good man, if this is your first time, a warm welcome. Please do remember to like and subscribe and hit the little bell. It does help the channel grow, I appreciate that. Good guys, so today's video we're going to have a look at how to import or how to add a mod to your map. Now not a placeable, but a actual mod. So if you download any mod, a building or a factory or whatever for Farming Simulator 22, I'm going to show you how to put that into the game and how to make it work in the game. In your map first, and then in the game obviously it will work. Good. So I've had a look around on modland.net and found this bale storage with shredder. I hope it works. I've thought I'll take you along for the ride while we test it and see that it really works. So sit back and relax, grab your favorite thing to drink, and let's get stuck in. I've already opened the map, so the first thing you want to do obviously is download your mod. I've downloaded it, and then I have placed it in my maps folder, in my mods folder. Here we go, sorry. There it is, bale storage. Okay, and then the first thing you want to do is actually just test the mod in game. Now it's going to have two purposes. The first thing is you're going to make sure the mod actually works, because if it doesn't work, then there's no point in putting it in your map, because otherwise what's the point, you know? Then you have to still figure out how to fix it or what. Just find something something else that works and then use that, you know? If it's really something that you really like and you have to have that one, then you're going to have to fix the problems. You know, whatever problems pops up. Anyways, so here it is, bale storage. I've put it in and I've opened the game for us. So here it is now in the map. I'll just get past all this normal nitty-gritty stuff. Good, and we're back in our mock-up where we placed the little what do you call it, the horse stable on a previous video. So there it is. Good. So today obviously we want to buy that bale storage shed thing. Now I'm gonna take a wild guess and think that it's here by the hamburger again, under construction hopefully, and probably under sheds. Let's have a look. It will be under mods, so I don't see it there unless it doesn't say mod. I'm not too sure what was the guy. Lord Shelter. Alright, let's go into might be silos. Yes, could be silos. What's this here? Bale storage with shredder. That's it there. Okay, good. Never too sure where. But it is a massive thing. Look how big it is. And I don't have enough money. Good, but we can solve that easily. That is a huge thing, so we're going to have to maybe place it down there. Now the other problem is I'm not too sure about the farmland on this map, but anyway, let's not worry about that now. Let us just first get some money. Let's start flight mode. Add remove money. Yes, how much do you want to add? 1,000 to add to your account. So let us put in 1 million, I think. That should cover us for now. And let's see if that added it. Yes, it did. Yeah, wonderful. Good. Now we're going to go back to purchase construction. Now that we know where it is, it was under silos, and at the very end, there it is. I can't zoom out further. That's the furthest I can zoom out. It is actually ridiculously big, this thing. I don't even know if I have. Land is not owned by you. Alright, so guys, I'm gonna put us in another map, because now suddenly remember, this map is just a map that I'm busy working on. So I think I'll rather go into the Charkos Rock map, and let's go load us there, a game in there, and I'll see you in a bit. Well guys, here we are in the game. I've bought this massive place. It is ridiculously big. I don't know how much bales you can put in this thing, but it's probably made for a massive farm. It wasn't the best of mods to select or to use, but yeah, you need a big piece of land that is flat for this mod. But anyway, I suppose it doesn't really matter what mod you use. I've just now happened to have picked this. I've bought some bales and I've loaded one on the van, and now I just want to make sure that this thing can take the bales, so I'm just going to drive it here to the trigger. Alright, so it looks like it can load the bales. Now the question is, I wonder if I can put some straw into my van's back. I'm not sure. Well, it's supposed to offload now. Just close the lid. Yep, I'm probably going to have to bring a tractor with a trailer to unload the shredded bale. Because apparently you can now offload the shredded bale. So the main idea, guys, is just to test the mod, to make sure that it works, and then when you're happy that the mod works, the second purpose obviously of placing it in the game is save the game, because we're going to use the placeable information in the saved game to put into our items folder, our default items folder or items folder in FS22. Great, so important stuff there. Great, so I'm going to assume that it works because it accepted the grass or the bale. I'm sure it's going to give us some grass out. Okay, good stuff. So let us save. Just going to exit, save the map. So obviously then once you've saved, just remember the game slot that you used to make the game. I've used slot 1 because I've deleted all the other ones out of there. So just make a note of on which game slot you start, because otherwise you're going to use the wrong save game and you won't find that bale or whatever mod you've placed or bought and installed. Good. So the next step, guys, is obviously, now that you, I'm just going to minimize that. Now that you know that the mod is working, the next step will be to open the zip file of the mod. Well, first of all, take it out of your mods directory because you don't want it in there as well. So I'm going to just place it on my desktop, and now I'm going to open it up. My mouse is now very fast again. I have to slow it down a bit. There you go. That's better. And then we're going to go to our map. So you open your map in wherever you've placed your map. I've got mine. I work directly out of the mods folder. And then we're going to go and actually open. Let me put it in Chaka's Rock, because I'm just going to make a copy of that quick as well. Just don't want to lose. That's another good point, guys. Before you do any changes on your map, do what I did now. I've just made a copy of my map so that I have a fresh copy of it there before I start making changes. So if anything goes south and you have a problem, you can always delete that map and have a backup there, safe and sound, and you won't have any issues. Great. So now in your map US or your map folder where the R3D is, I normally like to put my stuff there. So I'm going to create there a new folder called placeables. Placeables, like that. And then once you've created that folder, you're going to go in that folder and make another folder called, I'll just call it Bale Shredder. Bale Store. I'll call it Bale Store because it is a store. That thing is so big, my word. Right, once you've named a folder for your mod, doesn't matter. You can make your own name up, doesn't matter. You go into your zip file and you unzip all the files that's inside the zip file in there. Everything, the whole thing. Then you close it and now you're finished with the mod. You've now got it in your map. But it's not there yet. We're now going to open the actual map. So you go back to your maps folder, find your map R3D and open it. So now we're going to import it into the map. And if you followed my previous video on how to put a placeable, this whole process is basically the same now. So you're going to go into your placeholders folder, and you're going to find a spot on the map where you want to put it, and yeah, and then once you've got all that done, you import the mod or the actual i3D of the mod into your map, just to get a feel for it and to place it properly, prepare the field and the ground and all that kind of stuff. Because here in the editor now, this is now a big hill, so I think flat ground, you're gonna have to find for this thing massive empty spot for it. I didn't realize it's so big. It is massive. I think maybe up there. Yeah, I think yeah, it's a good spot for it. This looks sort of big and flat. All right. So what we're gonna do now is go into gameplay, find my sorry, Elm Creek, not gameplay. Elm Creek structures. I think it under structures. I'll put it under structures. Great. See what's in here. Water, science, decool, drainage. Just find a good spot for it to reside in your map, and then you're going to go File, Import. We're going into the mods folder because my map is there. So wherever you're working from, open that same maps folder that you are working in. Go to the placeables folder. Go to maps, map US. Sorry, have I already got some stuff in there? Why didn't I see it? I've already got a placeables folder there. Oh my word. Let me just first fix that, because I don't want two placeables folders. That's not going to be right, because otherwise you're going to have problems. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to go down there to maps, placeables, dump it in there. Whoop. Because otherwise we're going to have a problem, you know, with I don't like two placeable folders. Map US. The right spot for placeable folder will be here by your i3D. That's normally where I like to put it, so I don't know why I've put it there. But anyway, it's too late now. I don't want to do all that changes again. So just delete that folder. Go back in there. Open the i3D. Now it's Bale Store, i3D, and there it is. So you open that. You'll see whenever you open an i3D, it's going to drop it right at the bottom of the tree. So you click on it, Control X to cut it, and then go up to the place where you want to place it. I'm going to put it in structures. You know what? Let me put it in there now. I'm just thinking now. Control V, because I want to make a folder for it, or a folder for it that is named a placeholders folder. Here we go. I've already got one here. Nice, man. Okay, placeholders. I'm going to rather put it, because you need to have it in the placeholders folder, guys. If you don't put it in the placeholders folder, you're going to have to delete it out of the map again after you have placed it and got all the information for it. If you plan on still working on your map, create a placeholders folder for yourself anywhere on your tree, and then so it's easy to create it. You just say create transform group, and then obviously you click there on the transform group, go this side to the name and name it placeholders, exactly as I have it there. The name is not that important, but the folder is called placeholders because that's what it is. It's holding a place for the actual thing that loads via the XML. Alright, that's why it's called the placeholders folder. So now what you do, Bale storage, Control X, I'm going to just dump it in there, Control V. Alright, so placeholders, if you look at placeholders, once you've made the folder, you're going to go here to the user attributes. If your user attributes window is not open, you can go here to window and click on it here for user attributes. It will open this window. And then what you do is you're going to take here, type here a name for the new attribute, and it's called on create, just like that. On with small letters, and then create with a cap C, create, and then you click here by script callback. You select script callback. That's a type of attribute or the script that's going to run script callback, and you're going to say add. Mine is now already there, unfortunately. And then once you've added it, it's going to come up here on top with an empty script side. And then what you're going to do is you're going to type in there exactly as it's here, placeholders with a capital P, very important. Don't miss the spelling. So it's placeholders dot on create. So you're going to type it in there, and there you are. Now you've got a script running. The moment the map loads, that script will run and it will ignore everything in that folder. So file storage is now there in the placeholders folder. I've pasted it in there, and now we're going to just place it. So Control B to drop it down here somewhere. Look, I think that's pretty fine. Looking good here. Oh, that's a bit fast. Yeah, I think I'm going to just leave it there. So you will make now a space for it. I've now just pasted it on a field, which is probably not the right spot or a way to do it. But you will now make grass, make nice here, plant some grass for it, you know, do all the nice things, set a nice spot for it. You will probably start by leveling a huge area for it, because now that you see the size of the thing, you can place it first, and then what you do is you go here to the right mouse button, go to replace, and then you click once on the map. Sorry, you have to go here first to the terrain sculpt mode. You click once on the map just to select the area, and then you're going to go Control R and make a note of here by replace. You see the 90. The moment I Control R, it's going to select the height of that area. So it's 85.962 there. Just check the top, Control R, 86. So it's getting higher this side than that side. So you're going to now decide, go from the middle rather, Control R, that will be roughly the middle, and then make this thing a bit bigger. Right click and just replace the whole area here to that level. So now we've got a level area for this thing to reside on. I'm just going to not to worry about the map because I've got a spare copy. I'll just delete this map once I'm done. So there you go. Now we've got a flat area for it to sit on. I'm going to select it again. File storage, Control B. File storage, Control B. Oh man, why is it not selected? Player farm. What's this now? File storage, Control B. This editor of mine is a bit drunk at the moment. I don't know what's going on. It's supposed to keep it in my thing so I can move it around and then place it by left clicking. But anyway, there it is. Maybe it's because I've moved my button. Remember to move your button back to subtract. It's possible, I don't know. But anyway, guys, now we've got it placed and you have planted your little grass and flowers and made it all nice. So the spot where it is perfect for you. And if you're happy with it, then you're right there where we are now. File storage. So in your mind, just know that it's looking much better than it is, you know. Okay, because it's not important at this stage for me how it looks, that it works. It's much better. All right, so now that we've placed it and we have all the credentials for it here on the side, we can go back into the map. So you open your map again and you find your items folder, that one there, the items XML, not the folder, the items XML. Okay, make a new line for it by entering, press home, make sure it's at home, and then I just want to close all these other things because they are from other maps. And now we're going to go back here into our Farming Simulator 22 directory, which is under this PC Documents, My Games Farming Simulator 22, and you go to your saved game 1 and you go and going to go into, I wonder where would it have placed that mod. Not too sure if it will be under items. Nope, I think it would have placed it under placeables. So let's just open the placeables, and we're going to go Control F for search, and I think it was bale. So let's just search for bale. Probably will find it there. Selling station bale, so that's not it. Round bale, bale storage modland. Okay, the very last line. Good. And then once again, guys, click on the placeable here in front so that it will indicate to you the whole area that you need to copy. Okay, so in my mind, you would have placed this mod under placeables, under items, but now I see the game has placed it under placeables, so I'm thinking let us rather leave the items alone. I'm just going to not save it and open our placeables, and we will put that rather in the placeables, because in my mind I thought it will be under items because it's a mod. So let us copy that. So you select that area. Sorry for the throat clean. And then I'm drinking Coke. That gives me a bit of a throat, you know. Great. So back now that we've copied that, just want to make sure I'm there. Control C. Go back into your map. Go into mods, Charkers Rock, maps, map US, and find the placeables this time and not the items. Right. So this is here on top. You can see the directory so that you not get lost. It's Charkers Rock that we are working in. So that's the right i3D, XML. Go back to the bottom, right at the bottom, create another line, press home, press Control V, paste that in there, and there you go. Now we're going to run through this whole thing, delete all the unnecessary stuff again, like the ID. You're not going to need that. Remember to leave the space. So file name, position, rotation, age. Age you can delete as well as price. Like so. Delete that whole area. One more there. Just another space. Alright. One thing that's very important, guys, I forgot to mention on the previous video, that if you place, we put that horse thing down, if you place something in the XML and you want it to be part of your form only on the new farmer mode, you have to put the default form section in the back. I just want to see if there is one here. Default form property. So you're going to copy this line or this piece of script. My word. Just default form property true. So you'll copy that whole piece, Control C, and you're going to put it at the bottom just before form ID. Paste it in there like so. Make a space. So what happens now, the default form property true will tell the game that that is part of the form, and it will only load in the new former mode. If you choose any of the other modes, that item will not be part of your equipment or list of buildings or vehicles or whatever you have that connected to it. It's true also for farmland. It's true for items or placeables, whatever. So wherever you put that piece of code, it will do that with it. Alright, so I'm going to just Control Z, because this is obviously well, maybe I'll leave it as default form property. Good. Alright, so there you go, guys. So now it's in. Now we just need to do the position and rotation again, same as last time. Click on the X for the position, Control Shift and C to copy all three back into our XML file. Control and V, there you go, back in our mod or our i3D. Control Shift and C. Mind you, 0 0 0, it's so easy to have that in here. It's just 0 0 0. No need to copy paste that. 0 space 0 space 0 space, or not space at the end, sorry. Good, so there you are. Now that mod is loaded. So what I want to do now is, because this is a mod, normally you would take the mod disk part of it and add it to your mod disk in the game. But let us just test it like this for now. Just going to close all this XMLs because we finished with him. So I'm just going to take this map and save it. You actually don't have to save it, but if you want to keep your changes here and have this storage in your placeholders or whatever mod you put, you're going to have to save your map. So I'm just going to save for now. Luckily I've made a backup, so if it doesn't work, good. Just taking a sip there, guys. I hope you guys are still alright and enjoying the time here with me. I really enjoy making these videos. It's always fun. Okay, Farming Simulator 22. Let's go test it without the mod disk. So let's just see what happens without the mod disk. Whether we're going to have a problem or whether it's going to be fine. So let's have a look. So let's open the game, see where we are. Now this time I'm just going to delete this because we already got all the info out of the save game. Great, again, let's go in there again, continue. New farmer this time, Chalkers Rock, continue, start. And remember, we took the mod out of the mods folder after we finished testing it and making sure it's working. So then we've taken it out of the mods folder and we're happy that it's working. So now we should actually have a problem here, or we should warning placeable load store items, no store item, you see there. Okay, so that is a problem. So now possibly we won't have the, so it's still the same as Farming Simulator 19. I just want to get rid of our things there. Let's jump in our van. Let's go quickly have a look there where we've pasted the building. If it's actually there. Where did we put it down? I think it was up there. Over the road, if I'm correct. Yeah, in field 29 was it? I'm not too sure now. No, I'm sure I pasted it here. So it's not here, guys, because there's an error. Okay, so our error here, if you want to have a look at it, it says here, warning, placeable util load placeable can only load existing store items. No store item for XML file name mods bale storage modland. Okay, so I expected that because that is how it worked in Farming Simulator 19 as well. If you don't have store items for your special mods, your placeables from the in-game, everything that's in-game, part of giants in the installation folders, that you don't need, but for these ones you do. So what you do now to overcome that, or to fix that, is you go back into your folder, Chalkers Rock maps, and then placeables, and then we go to Bale Store, and you open its mod disk. Now here, under any mods mod disk, there will be store items for it. So you're going to copy this store items piece of code, Control C. If you already have store items in your mod disk, then you only copy that line number 21 and you add that line, and then you're going to change the directory. So that's what we're going to do now. So we go back to our map again, Chalkers Rock, open our mod disk, and we already have store items because I've added that shop ramp. So back to my mod disk on that thing. So I've already got Control C just to copy the line. If you didn't have, you copy that, all three of that lines. So go back here, go in here, press enter to create a new line, press the home button, Control V, and there you are. So what we do now is I'm going to take this store item that I've already have there. It's already in the placeables folder. So you're going to go look at your directory tree wherever you've placed your folder, and you're going to go, mine is maps, placeables, and then Bale Store. So that will be my directory. So if I click here on top, it will give me the whole directory. So I'll copy now this piece that's from maps, placeables, Bale Store. That is the 3 directories that I have to get me to the mod. Alright, to where the mod disk is and all the files. So it's Control C. I'm going to copy that. So I'm just showing you how you would do it if you don't have a store item already. In my case, I could have just copied that and put it here, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you now. So what I'm going to do is paste it in there, Control V. So that will be maps, placeables, Bale Store, Bale Storage XML. Alright, and these little things must always be forward slashes, not backslashes. So you just change them. It's an easy way of making sure you don't make a spelling mistake, you know, because if you make a spelling mistake, you're going to have problems and it's not going to read, and you're still going to have the same error. Alright, so balestore.xml is going to go back here to balestore.xml. So in here, just want to verify placeables Bale Store, balestore.xml. Jacos has placeables Bale Store. That's not where the XML is. The XML is under the XML. So there it is. So you must make sure where your mods XML is. So I must add here another directory called XML /. That is my correct directory. So if you look here now, it will be maps, placeables, Bale Store, XML to bring you to the XML, not to the mod disk. Sorry guys, you have to find the actual file for that. Good. And then another change that you have to do is you're going to have to open this XML for the Bale Store, and there will normally be an image and also the i3D where you need to change the directories for that, because otherwise you're gonna have an error in the log that says it couldn't find i3D and couldn't find the store image. Alright, so those 2 directories, important to change them. So we're gonna go back here, and it's as easy as go to your mod disk, you copy this directory here. Sorry, first of all, for the icon, go back to the balestore.xml, see where that file is, store Bale storage.dds. So you're going to find that one in the mod. It will probably be under store. There it is, store Bale storage.dds. So this directory now from maps will be for the icon. Control C. I can actually just place it there and then take out one of those stores, store, and then delete that store. We only need one store. Okay, so maps, placeables, Bale Store, store, and then store Bale Storage. Alright, so is that our tree? Maps, placeables, Bale Store, store. End, press End to get to the end, yes. Alright, that brings us to the icon. So the icon is sorted. Now we need to find our i3D, balestore.i3D. So the same drill to get back there. Go back to Bale Store. i3D is under its file, and there it is. So we're going to take that whole line here up to Bale Store and just copy that Bale Store no, just up to Bale Store. Control C, put it here, Control V, and that should be right. Let's have a look. So it is maps, placeables, Bale Store, i3D. Maps, placeables, Bale Store, i3D, Bale Storage. Good. So once you've got all that done, just scroll down, because sometimes there's like sound files and all kinds of other things that has got directories. So just look for directories. Trigger markers, if there's a $data, you don't have to worry, because that points to the in-game stuff. So don't worry about the dollar datas. You want something that is pointing to something in the mod. So if there is like sound stuff here and whatever things, you need to fix the directories for them too. So I'm just going to quickly, slowly browse through it, see if I see any other directories. Okay, there's nothing else. But if you, like I say, if you have stuff that's pointing to other things, in this case there was only the one, but they were only this two, but they were trigger markers and they were pointing to the in-game stuff, which you can leave, because it's not going to make it's already there. If we have an error with that, we'll fix it, but if not, we don't worry about it. Alright, so now just make sure that you save all. If you don't save, you're not going to see your changes, so remember to save. And we go back into the game, leave everything open as is, you don't have to close it. So I can test and see if our store appears there where we've placed it. Great, so now we go in there, start a new game, Jocos Rock, continue, start, and then let's hold thumbs. I actually wanted to now just make sure that it's that it is actually there. And remember, it's also placed now on farmland that we don't own. so yeah, it might have hassles with that. I wanted to also just check if there's any errors in the log. So gonna go up here. Placeable can only load existing store items. My game's farming so many mods. Great guys, so here you can see I've just done a little bit of landscaping and just quickly made a bit of space here for us to test, and just to see that it accepts bales, make sure the mod actually works. I should have actually brought that trailer with, but let's quickly buy some spawn objects. Pallet, bale, straw, bale, hay. Let's just drop a bale of hay. Square bale, yeah. Okay, and then I want to just toggle back. I just want to toggle my super strength. Oh, there you go, missed it. Okay, there you go. Now I can pick them up and just make sure one can drop in there. Yeah. Okay, so the building accepts it. It would have been nice if this building now has a little dial or a thing showing you how much grass you have in it, all that type of stuff. So let's just quickly run and fetch that trailer just to see that the mod works. But for all purposes, it is working because it did accept the bale. So before I tell you what mistake I've made or what I forgot to do, I just wanted to grab that trailer. I should have actually brought it now with to load up. Yeah, you know how it goes. The mind is not syncing anymore, and now I'm just spoiling all these nice crops because I can. Let's make a big X here for SpaceX. X marks the spot. Right, there you go. Let's see if there's some straw coming out. And you just make sure that your mod works. That's basically the whole idea. Check that everything works. And then once you're happy with it, yeah, that is the way you put the mod into your game without having it as a mod in the game. So you actually import it into your map, and it becomes part of your map rather than being a separate mod, you know, that you have to cart around with your map. So it's always nice to have that type of stuff. So grass, there you go, silage, hay, start. There it is. Beautiful. Going like a Boeing, working like a charm. Alright, let me quickly show you what the problem was. Just want to close this, quit the game. Yes. So we're happy, the mod is working. It's in the map, it's working, everything is perfect. So what I've done wrong again, guys, it's the same thing. You have to have either here in front, I like to use the mapdir, because mapdir, it's dollar, mapdir, dollar, and then forward slash, and then from there on, so this mapdir takes up the part where your map's name should be. So in my case, it's Charkos Rock that would have been in here between the dollars, and then from there on, it's the folders pointing to this bale storage or to the XML of your mod. So that is the tree that you need to follow. If we can follow that in the actual mod, Farming Simulator 22. Sorry, that one there, mods. So there's my map. So this will be the mapdir. It's dollar mapdir dollar, and then from there on it's maps, and then placeables, and then bale store, and then XML, because you want to go to the XML of the mod, and that will be it. So that there will be my maps, placeables, bale store, XML. That will be pointing towards that XML there. And then very important, remember, as I said earlier on, in the XML, just point all the directories to the right spots, and then all should be well. Don't make 10 mistakes like I did. Like first things, the icon is normally a problem in the XML. The i3D must point, and the icon, the image of the mod. So those two things, and then whatever else here has got directories, just figure those out, and then your mod will be working. Well, guys, I've talked a lot. I'm excited about it. I think I've covered all the bases. What else? I don't think there's anything else than for you to enjoy the rest of the day, and to hit that subscribe and the like, and also to share my videos, and also make a turn on my website. There's a lot of interesting maps there for FS19. I haven't got any 22s up yet, but soon to come. In this week we'll launch our first map for FS22, so sit tight for that, guys. And then in another breath, the last one for the evening, take care, man. Have a great and wonderful weekend and day ahead, whenever you watch the video. Bless you guys, and take care, man. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.